All right, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to irritate your mind. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. And listen, I mix lies with the truth and the truth with the lies. But at the end of the day, you ninjas love lies and hate the truth. Basically. All right, so this is a boxing channel, but I'm venturing out a little bit. This channel will always be a boxing channel, but I'm venturing out a little bit. All right, like I'm expanding my wings with different topics. And this is the next one here. All right, let's go. I am 51 years old, right? And the way I'm seeing the transition of relationships, now, you know, I'm seeing gender wars all day on YouTube, okay? Men and women going against each other. I am not going to take any sides. I really don't care. You know why? Because I am fucking anti-human. That's basically it. I'm fed up with the bullshit. Being on this world 51 years, no young person can tell me how relationships should be, because I went through decades and decades of seeing social interaction with other human beings and how things change. Things are different. Things are just totally different. So I do have knowledge from being older, right? Just because you're older doesn't mean you're fucking smart and you got your shit together. There's a lot more losers than winners in life, okay? So just because somebody's older doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're talking about. But I'm telling you what I see, and this old dog new tricks. This old dog can learn new tricks, okay? And I'm looking a little bit further ahead of life, and I'm looking and I'm like, damn, I see the transition. And we at this peak, the millennials and the Gen Zs and whatever comes after the Gen Zs, they're at this transition of human interaction changing and distancing itself more, because we know we have social media and we have you know, everything is fast, okay? It's not like back in my days. I had a telephone cord, I had to get information from an encyclopedia, a dictionary, the newspaper. Things are moving fast, really fast. So when I say I see the transition, I'm seeing the transition, and I already seeing the setup. I'm looking at the setup, and like I said, it's more losers than winners in this life. And some of these people, majority of these people, is just self-inflicted wounds. That's basically it, right? It's a every individual situation. One size does not fit all. So everybody is doomed in their own way. Either they succeed or they don't. That's the bottom line. And this is what society is saying. And the transition is when you see businesses trading in humans for synthetic robots to do their jobs. That was the first thing that said to myself, you know what? Corporations, big corporations, and businesses, they rather trade in humans for robots, because they don't care about your neck and your back. They don't care about your mother dying. They don't care about your emotional retardation that day you had an argument. They don't care about your 15-minute smoke breaks. They don't care your 5-minute or whatever 15-minute smoke breaks. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about your pension. They care about coding and oiling up these synthetic robots and coding them and programming them and doing your job 24 hours, not 8 hours, not 7.5 hours. None of that. They don't want to hear about your complaining, none of that. And that's the first step to show you that the system is moving on beyond human interaction. Now, the way I see it, what did you say? What did you say? Come a little closer. Oh, you say I'm selling out. No, you don't understand. Humans already sold out. We already sold out. See, they condition us little by little, so it's very easy to get blinded and not see the full spectrum of the fucking situation, right? So they give you a little bit, you adjust. They say some of this technology is going to help you, blah, blah, blah. But mostly it's going to help the bigger system more than it's going to help the middle class and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand it's going to help. But the bigger picture I'm seeing is this. When everybody Because like I said, more losers and winners. When everybody's in their own realm, their own reality. I mean, really look at it. If you look around on the buses, on the trains, when you go out to social events and clubs and stuff like that, everybody's looking down. They're not looking down to play with their cunt or fondle their dick. No, they're looking down on their phone. The phone gets more information than another human being. This is where the transition is moving on. All right. So when I see this, I'm looking at the bigger picture and I say, wow, how do you keep the masses, the sheep, in line? How do we keep these sheeps in line? Well, if we put them in their own reality, right? If we give them something that they're not even really caring that we're robbing them, right? Because nowadays, you know, inflation, blah, 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 people are feeling it. But if you put them in their own reality, I'm spitting, yeah, I know, fucking spitting, right? If you put them in their own reality, there won't be no more protests and complaints because everybody is selfish. That's the main thing about human nature, being selfish. You hear about these corporations, oh, they're selfish. These banks, they're selfish. They're selfish. Well, where do you think they get that shit from? Other human beings. Any human being that's poor or middle class, if you put them in the position of being in a corporation or being wealthy, they're going to do the same thing. It's all human nature. All human nature. And this is what the masses know. They know how to play with the sheep because they know they're experts in human nature. And they know human nature. Every individual on this earth have a certain degree of certain human traits. Some are jealous a lot. Some are hateful. Some are envy. Some are angry, right? Anger issues. All the above. All the above that these traits we have. Everyone has a certain degree in them. And they amplify in some others. And you just can't help that. That's why at this age, I am anti-human. I don't care about the war genders between man and woman. Because I already know that society and the system is already putting this transition to separate us. And once we are our own gods, once we have our own thing going on individually, we're not worrying about the system taking our money. Basically, we're not worried about that because everything, all you have to do is distract them here while we empty your pockets over there. That's basically it. So I see a bigger picture. I don't want to explain that bigger picture right now. But once you see these corporations using these robots now, they're saying by 25, 26, some of this stuff will be out in the market for people to buy. Now, like the Optimus from Elon Musk, if you ever look into that, it's a synthetic robot. Now, it looks like a robot. It doesn't look like a humanoid, but it's a robot that can help you do things, a lot of things, right? And it's going to be on the market for $25,000 to $30,000 or maybe $40,000. But hey, I can afford it. Most people would afford it. If you got good credit or whatever, you could probably finance it and blah, 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 all that stuff. Fine, cool. But people will say, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have a synthetic robot. I wouldn't do this. Well, those are the old heads like me at 51 that can't understand to see, they can't look far beyond what they know, right? But I know sheep, and sheep does what singers do, actors do, entertainers do, sports. They will look at them and say, wow, he has that, walking 5 paces behind him, an Optimus robot. Oh, he don't have to pick up nothing because his robot picks it up, right? So I know that the sheep right now is what you don't see, you can't comprehend. That's what sheep are. It's only when they see their famous stars and actors and sports, when they see them do it, they're gonna do it. It's a social status. So now the way I see it, since I'm so anti-human now, and when I say I'm anti-human, it's not because I go around hating people and don't say hi and stuff. I'm very respectable to other humans. I'm very respectable. I put a nice smile on my face. If it's real or a plastic smile, it doesn't matter. But I always be respectable. But I just love people from a distance. I do not need you near me too long. It's only a couple things. If I have a best friend, maybe an hour or two, I could give them, or 4 hours or 5 hours to hang out. If it's a family affair, stuff like that, I could deal with that. But if it's a woman, basically 4 or 5 hours in a hotel. Basically, I am very in and out at this age because I know that I don't have time to measure your human nature, jealousy and envy, and I don't want nobody to be jealous and envy with me, so I don't try to look for new friends or friends that's not have their shit together and put them in my world, because it only takes the way you look for somebody to be bad at you or angry or jealous or envy. It only takes one look, or you introduce yourself in their world saying I do this and I do that, and they hate you. Okay, this is human nature. And the older I get, it seems like I have to have no feelings to interact with humans. Basically, no feelings. I have to take all my feelings out in order to survive day by day and don't get emotionally retarded when I deal with humans. And that is where I'm seeing a transition. In order to survive and deal with other fucking humans, you just have to leave your emotions and feelings to the side and deal with reason, right? And if the shit ain't reasoning out, skip to your loo and move and just get the hell out of there. So the interaction between the humans, I have no problem with humans. I just don't like them too close to me. That's it. It's either sex and that's basically it at this age, because I ain't got that much time. Okay, so it's sex and money. That's basically it. Everything else is just. It's just this flapping your gums and telling me what you want to do and what you want to do. I don't care about all that, right? So what I'm seeing is that when technology gets better, as it's getting, right, and is moving faster, I see the characteristics of a human get heightened. It's kind of hard to explain. But when technology make life easy, right? Humans get this entitlement, greediness, selfishness, and all these characteristics look like it's getting more amplified, right? When technology gets much easier to make our life easier. All right. So there's always going to be distractions in life. So let's look at one distraction. Because to me, it's just a distraction at this age now, because this war agenda. Well, let's hear it on one side, and I'll give you my side. But yeah, let's look into some of the war agendas that's going on here. Just a couple clips for examples.
The feminist movement is taking root here in the United States, and it came out of Korea. It's known as the 4B movement, where women are saying no to 4 things: dating men, having sex with men, marrying men, and having children with them. Let's talk about it.
Monogamy was invented by men. Men need monogamy.
Because they wanted to, because the average man wanted to have a beautiful woman?
No.
Why was it?
No. Monogamy is necessary, because if you say we're going to develop a polygamous community, well, what happened is what the women will do, because women, we are genetically wired to want to procreate with the biggest, strongest, richest man. This is embedded in us. There's nothing anyone can play God to say that I'm not like that. Yes, you are, sis. God made you that way. And it's for a reason. It's how you keep the human race going. Not all men are meant to be carried on. Some are meant to die out in their lifetime.
All right, so those are some opinions on this war agenda. You got the 4B movement. You got movements like that in America, South Korea. All, in certain areas, you have them kind of movements. And, what the lady said about some men is not going to be able to procreate. I mean, it is what it is. Some men are going to be picked and some men are not going to be picked. And on the man side, we got the red pill, men going their way, drizzle, dizzle, whatever the fuck is going on. But the bigger picture is that, remember, when technology makes things easier on both sides, the selfishness and the greediness amplifies, and there's no compromise. You understand what I'm saying? Between the man and the woman. There's no compromise. So technology is going to play, social media is playing a part in this. Word on the curb gets around faster than when it was on my time. My time was dictionaries, encyclopedias, a phone with a cord, and going to a library for information. All right? This is a different way of humans moving now. When you hear a movement like a 4B movement where there's no dating, there's no marriage, there's no sex, there's no kids, and hey, as we can see, the way inflation is, it's very hard for a couple to have a kid, and we're seeing that the birth rate is going very low already. It's going low. Okay, so you can see the system is working on us big time, not directly but indirectly. But then we have the self-inflicted wounds because we always want to win an argument between a man and woman. Our opinions matters, and not compromising matters. It doesn't, right? So, and some things are going to be taken away, and some characteristics are going to be risen higher. And like I said, it's going to be greedy, selfishness, entitlement, definitely entitlement. And we see this now. You know, we don't have to blame technology, but they do play a part in this, okay? Because when life is getting easy, if you hear like Elon Musk and Brands, all these wealthy corporations and wealthy people talking about putting people on a UBI, a universal basic income, hey, because the jobs are going to be taken away, and jobs that most humans don't want to do. You know, they're going to give it to people that come into this country. They're gonna want to do it, right? And eventually, nobody's gonna want to do it. And eventually, I think that mostly everybody will be on a UBI, okay, a fixed income or something like that. But when I hear these war agendas, I see the bigger picture that the wealthy, the technology, in order for us to get in line with their program, they're happy to see us separate from each other. That's basically it. When a man and woman is together, right, it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing, right? There's compromise. They work it out. Either they just have a relationship, or they have kids and they're working it out with the relationship with the kids, and they're building and they're nurturing and stuff like that. But nowadays, on both sides, we could use this distraction, right, to drive us crazy day by day. War agenda. But the real picture is, no matter what distraction is it war agenda, preference, anyone that you hear on YouTube that's distracting you, you best believe somebody's getting rich off of it. All right, so let's move into the system and the wealthy and what they have in store for the sheep, right? Because, you know, I remember this clip from Matrix, and, you know, remember, I'm going to show you this clip, but remember, there's a lot more losers than winning in this world, right? And there's a lot of people that rather be in a certain situation because they feel better in that situation because they can't make it in life. But this was a big awakening in my mind when I saw this. You know, the Matrix is very is a very mind-opening situation, because at the end of the day, well, let me show you the clip, and then you could process it and see if you could get it through your sheep skull.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Then we have a deal.
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing. You understand? And I want to be rich. You know, someone important. Like an actor.
Whatever you want, Mr. Reagan.
Okay. Get my body back in the power plant. Reinsert me into the Matrix. I'll get you what you want.
See, that's what you call getting with the program, literally, right? Because like I said, there's more losers to life than winners. And like I said in the beginning of this title of this video, I said, you love lies, but you hate the truth. And that's one of the characteristics of humans. You love the lies. You like the gift of the gab, going in one ear right out the other. What they used to call it, hurt is mumbo jumbo, whatever. But the truth hurts. And this is a perfect example of not wanting to hear the truth, right? And not how can I say it? Living up to the truth. You just want lies. And rather it's words or illusion, there's sheep that's going to stay in that program because they can't get it right in this world. So, as we can see, technology, we see like movies like The Matrix and certain movies out there, they play a lot of role in the wealthy. And I see this, right? And I see the bigger picture because like I said, once we're divided, it's very easy to rob us. And it's also very easy to put us in our place. That's basically it. So let's talk about this synthetic robot, right? I'm going to try to get some of it in this video. But like I said, it's going to be a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, until I feel that I got everything out on this subject, and I'll move on. So let's look at an example of how people will perceive this when they first come out with this, right? And just like war genders, we're going to have sex bot war gender. We're going to have sex bot war gender, and you're going to have people complaining about people replacing humans for other humans for relationships and so on. So let's make an example about what you look like right now to what's going to happen in the future, and you're going to be stuck in dotish world, right? And this is a perfect example of being stuck in dotish world. Look.
Sir, hold it or wear it. Relax. I'm a police officer.
You are an asshole.
Ma'am, is that your purse?
Of course it's my purse. I left my inhaler at home. He was running it out to me.
I saw a robot running with the purse. Naturally, I assume.
What? Are you crazy?
I'm sorry for this misunderstanding, officer.
Don't apologize. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But what are you doing?
Have a lovely day, ma'am.
You lucky I can't breathe, or I'd walk all up and down your ass.
You are an asshole. I love that part from iRobot. She's like, this thing's getting my asthma pump. What the hell do you think? And in that reactment with Will Smith, he is so biased, right? And he can't get with the times, even though he's in that time. And he just can't get it. And a lot of people are going to be stuck on dotish and stupid. And they're going to have this bias. And just like we have gender war between us, there's going to be sex bots and robots, gender war. Well, it's not a gender, but it's going to be a war on that too, right? And I can understand it. It's very understandable. But we have self-inflicted wounds that, and technology and all the above. I am not pointing the finger to the man or the woman. I'm looking right in the middle and I'm saying, yeah, we are a problem and we all contribute to this destination of having robots to take our jobs and our relationships. All right. So I'm going to make this short. I'm going to make this a short video because, you know, attention spans in this time, it's very, 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 very short. So what I'll do is I'll have a part 1. This is part 1. I'll do part 2, part 3 until I get everything out of my system. Because, you know, in this life, I'm going to die. You know, I would die, but I want to leave a little turd on this earth on social media of me talking shit. That's basically it. So you can like, share, and subscribe if you want. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to irritate your mind and for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. And just remember, I mix lies with the truth and the truth with the lies. But at the end of the day, you'll love lies and you'll hate the truth. That's basically it. That's our human nature. You love lies and you hate the truth. So, on to next. Now, the next videos, I'm going to show you the advancement of the sex dolls, right? Also, I did in the past have a sex doll, so I have videos of that I will put up on this video to show you the advancement between what I had at that time and how advanced it got in the future. So stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Just stay tuned for that part 2, because it's coming. All right, 1.